أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى الطيبين الطاهرين أعظم الله وجودنا ووجودكم بمصابنا بالحسين عليه السلام إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. So today is the day of Ashura, and we will look at the timeline of the day of Ashura, so we try and understand the gravity of this day. At 5:47, Ali Akbar gives the adhan for Fajr Salah. Imam Hussein alayhi salam gives a talk after the Salah, inviting his companions for jihad and to show sabr. And then he recites the dua that is really beautiful. He says, Allahumma anta thikati fi kulli qarib wa rajai fi kulli shidda wa anta li fi kulli amrin nazala bi thikatun wa adda kam min hammin yad'afu minhu al-fu'ad wa yakillu fihi al-hila wa yakhdhulu fihi al-sadiq wa yashmatu fihi al-aduwa anzaltahu bik wa shakawtuhu ilayk ورغبة مني إليك أمن سواك ففرجته وكشفته وأنت ولي كل نعمة وصاحب كل حسنة ومنتهى كل رغبة. Ya Allah, you are my refuge in every calamity, my hope in every catastrophe, and in every disaster that befalls me. You are my refuge and preparation. In this great sorrow, my heart is weakened. I've run out of strategies, my friends have stepped back, and my enemies gloat over me. And it's all because of my faith in you that I have been targeted. My complaint is to you alone. My petition is to you and no one else. Deliver me. You are the giver of every blessing, the provider of every good thing, and you're the ultimate one that I turn towards. The enemy side also offered their prayers, led by Umar Saad, and they started organizing their ranks. Around 6 o'clock in the morning, Imam instructed a ditch to be dug around the camp and to be filled with thorn bushes, which could be set alight to prevent the enemy attacking them from behind. Shortly after dawn, at about 7 o'clock, Imam sits on a camel so he can be seen easily, and he rides toward the Kufic army. He reminds them of who he is. Do you know who I am? He says. He reminds them of the status of his father and brother, and he tells them, you are the ones who invited me to come to Kufa. He even addressed some of the commanders and asked Hajjar bin Abjar and Shabd Rabi directly, did you not invite me? They denied it. Imam threw their letters at them, then thanks Allah for the opportunity that he could expose their lies. A commander from the army challenges Imam, why don't you accept the orders of Ibn Ziyad? Give him allegiance, rescue us from the dishonor of fighting the son of the Prophet. And Imam said his famous statement where he said, the lowly son of a lowly man has forced me to choose between death and disgrace. Hayhata min al-dhilla, I will not go into disgrace. Around 8 o'clock, after the sermon of Imam, some of his companions, including Burair and Zuhair, addressed the Kufians, repeated these comments. These were men that the Kufians respected. Khur changes sides. So did Abu Sha'tha and 2 other brothers who came from the other side, and it was obvious that the battle was now inevitable. Around 9 o'clock, Shimr challenges Umar Saad and tells Umar Saad, why are you procrastinating? Umar Saad eventually agrees to start the battle. He shoots the first arrow towards the soldiers of Imam, and he addresses the army, his army, saying, bear witness to Ubaydullah that I shot the first arrow. This was followed by a barrage by the archers of the Kufic army, and several companions of the Imam were killed. Around 10 o'clock, the Kufi army made a general assault. They attacked the right flank. Habib stands his ground. They attacked the left flank, and Zuhair stands his ground. the Kufic army are forced to retreat. Umar Sa'd deploys 500 archers who send across a barrage of arrows, resulting in the loss of a great many people from the army of Imam. Around 11 o'clock, Imam instructs his companions to go singly into battle. They competed with each other to go first. One of the first martyrs was Burair, followed by Muslim ibn al-Sajjah. At 10-1, there is the adhan for Dhuhr. Habib ibn Muzahir is killed at that time because it is said that Imam asks his companions, can one of you go and negotiate with Umar Sa'd to stop the battle for Salah? One of the people from the Kufi army says, your prayers will not be accepted. Habib says, you deluded? Your Salah is accepted and not the son of the Prophet. Habib is surrounded and Habib is killed. This deeply affects Imam because he's seen crying for the first time on the day of Ashura. He looks towards the sky and he says, Ya Allah, I entrust you with my life and the lives of my friends. They pray Salatul Khawf. Zuhair and Sa'id shielded Imam. It is said Sa'id was struck by 13 arrows, and when he breathes his last, he tells Imam, did I remain loyal to you? No. Now it is the time about 1 o'clock when the Bani Hashim, Ali Akbar is the first of the martyrs from Bani Hashim, goes towards the battlefield. Around 2 o'clock, there's only Imam Hussein and Abbas. As the Abbas requests permission, but Imam says, go get water for the women and children. The enemies have separated the brothers. Abbas strives to bring the water skin, but they surround him. They cut his arms off. They shoot an arrow on his eye. Some say it was an iron mace that brings him down from the horse. Imam goes to his brother. The enemy retreats for a while, and this is the second time that Imam weeps. Now he says, in Kasar Zahari, my back is broken. Around 3 o'clock, Imam returns to the tent to bid farewell. He enters the tent and he says, Ya Zainab Kulthum, alaykunna minni salam. He first goes to say the Zainab and he says, come with me. And they go to the tent of Imam Zainul Abidin. Imam says, I saw a white figure covered in blood with the voice of my father who says, Fi amanillah. And I said, where are you going? Aina Habib? He says, Bunayya kat kutil, he's been killed. Aina Abbas? Aina Ali Akbar? He says, Bunayya, oh my son, from the men it is only you and me. Oh my son, memorize this dua taught to me by my mom, which was taught to her by Rasulullah. Whenever you're faced with an important need and a great sorrow, say Bihaqi Yasin wal Qur'an al-Hakim, with the sake, in the name of Yasin and the Quran, وَبِحَكِّ Taha وَالْقُرْآنِ الْعَظِيمِ, and Taha and the great Quran. يَا مَنْ يَقْدِرُ عَلَى هَوَائِجِ السَّائِلِينَ. Or one who, if I can paraphrase, one who personalizes, one who knows what is in the hearts of the one who's asking. Ya man ya'lamu ma fi dhamir, or one who knows your inner desires. Ya munaffisan anil makrubin, one who blows away difficulties. Ya mufarrijan anil maghmumin, one who dispels sadness. Ya rahim al-shaykh al-kabir, or one who has mercy on seniors, on the old. Ya razik al-tifl al-saghir, or one who provides for little ones. Ya man la yahtaju ila tafsir, one who doesn't need an explanation. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Send your blessings on Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And then ask for your need amongst your tears. Please ask. He tells his son, convey my greetings to my Shias. Tell them that your father died alone in a foreign land. So lament, weep for him. When you drink water, send your salams to your thirsty Imam. Then he went to the tents to the women, and he consoled them and he told them to have patience. Sayyidah Zainab tells him, slowly, so I can see you for as long as is possible. She kisses his neck and she says, Mom said to kiss your neck when you bid farewell. When he left the tents, it was like a janazah was leaving. Sayyid Jafar Shishtari writes that Zuljana would not move when Imam climbed on Zuljana. He refused to move. And the Imam says, I won't trouble you again. Zuljana looks towards us. Who? There's Sakina, who says, please don't take my dad. Whoever you've taken, you don't bring back. And he says, Sakina, don't look at me like that. It cuts my heart. And she says, I need a memory. She said, Quran says, لِلْرِجَالِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا اكْتَسَبُوا وَلِلنِّسَاءِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا اكْتَسَبُوا. Men will get the reward of what they've earned, and women will get the reward of what they have earned. The men have given their lives. What about me, Dad? How do I get my Jannah? And he tells her, for you, the world will call you an orphan, and you will highlight the plight of orphans. Where will I sleep? And he says, with your aunt or your mom. Or can I lay in your arms for one more time? Imam lays on the hot sands of Karbala. He enters the battlefield. Few dare to confront him. Do you know who I am? Have I changed your religion? Have I killed anyone amongst you? It was a battle of courage and skill. They threw spears, stones, whatever they want. They threw at him. Imam sheathes his sword. A stone hits his forehead. Blood flows. I don't know whether we will see another Ashura as we see Imam, except our final salams. Imam is on the ground, on the land of Karbala, saying my final sajda to you. Subhana Rabbi al-Azimi wa bihamdi, sabran ala qada'ik, la ilaha illa siwak, ya ghiyath al-mustaghithin. أحكم بيني وبينكم, judge between me and them. وأنت خير الحاكمين, you're the best of judges. I seek patience over your decree. There is no God but you, O the helper of those who cry out for help. Imam did not raise his head again from the next sajda. It is said that Imam was in sajda and Omar Saad orders his men to behead him. Each approaches but desists. It is Shimr Ibn Zuljoshan who kills him. Sayyidah Zainab is until Zainabi when the riderless horse comes back. Sakina tells him, O Zuljana, have you left my dad on the scorching sand? Go bring him back. She tells Sayyidah Zainab, did they give my dad some water? A child named Abdullah bin Hassan ran towards Imam. He got killed right next to Imam. Say the Sajjad, Imam Sajjad narrates, he was very ill, but he could hear a voice which says, Qad Qutil al-Hussein, Hussein has been killed. And as he looked from the door of the tent upwards, he saw his father's head on a spear. At 4 o'clock, there was the call for Asr prayers. It is said this is the time that Imam was martyred. It is said Hamid ibn Muslim said that before he was killed, Imam said, by God, I swear by God, there is no one whose murder will invoke Allah's anger as much as you murdering me. Shimr was shouting, what are you waiting for? May your mothers mourn your death. Kill him. Around 5 p.m., they looted the clothes of Imam. They then went to the tents and they looted the tents. A Shia from Basra named Suwaid ibn Muta reached Karbala after the martyrdom of Imam. He died fighting the family of Imam. As sunset approached, you can imagine that they wanted to deliver this head to Ibn Ziyad immediately. It is at sunset that Umar Saad orders that the bodies of the Imam be trampled so that every bone is shattered. The time for Maghrib prayers was about 10 to 7. Umar Saad instructed the people for the evening prayers. They were singing and they were dancing. Sinan bin Anas was prancing around saying, I have killed the greatest of all men. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. سيعلمون الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. We will now recite a marthiyah. When your horse returns to your tent riderless, and your women folk emerge sorrowful, and your children cry for help to you, Hussein, Hussein, Noor Aini Hussein, 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 Noor Aini Hussein. Your sister Zainab from Dil Zainabiyya called out to your killer, O enemy of God, leave him alone, he's the son of Fatima. Leave him alone, he's the son of Fatima. Hussein, Hussein, Noor Aini Hussein. We'll call out your name in every corner, from east to west, from north to south. Your light, O Hussein, will outshine all the rest. Your light, O Hussein, will outshine all the rest. Hussein, Hussein, Noor Aini Hussein. Hussein, Hussein, Noor Aini Hussein. My heart is etched with the scars of your grief. How you left the world of man for the pleasure of your Rabb. Hussein, Hussein, Noor Aini Hussein. Hussein, Hussein, Noor Aini Hussein. Let us now recite the ziyarah of Abu Abdullah. So if you can stand for ziyarah, please. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي علت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار، ولا جعله الله آخر لحظ مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى 9 المعصومين من ذريتك، علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والحجة بن الحسن، عجل الله فرجه وسهل الله مخرجه وظهوره. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم كل وليك الحجة بن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائي في هذه الساعة وفي كل الساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا، حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتيه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. في أمان الله الكريم. إن شاء الله I'll see you tomorrow for the زيارة مجلس. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. We will also have another majlis for Sham al-Ghariba in the evening at 6 o'clock today, inshallah.